Namaste, everybody. So today's gonna be a little stretching slash yoga-esque type of routine. Not quite yoga. I mean, I do like doing yoga, but I find with a lot of programs and a lot of sessions, there's a lot of sun salutations where you go up and down a lot, and just doing the same movement over and over to get into different positions. And I also find it's a little bit of a slow movement with most of the yoga, so you can only spend like 30 or 40 minutes and only get a few things done, or like a few poses. So I kind of like to speed it up a little bit, do some stretches that I feel like really beneficial to me, especially with like doing stuff like opening up the hips and stretching the back, stuff like that, kind of hitting everything, because a lot of the times the yoga, they like focus on one body part area, and a lot of it is also like lower body, but you know, I like to kind of do it all in one session, kind of have a nice good stretch session going on. So that's what's going to be today. There's not going to be really any sun salutations. There's nothing really on time, just kind of going with how it feels, how like, if I'm really feeling the certain stretch and I feel like it's really working, I'm gonna take a little bit of more time in it, and also switch it up, trying to do a lot more poses, a lot more stretches, kind of get it all. And so let's begin. And so we're gonna try to hit everything. And so let's start with a little bit of upper body, stretch the arms and wrists. And so what we're going to do is we're going to turn your wrists inward and towards yourself, and then you're going to move back and forth to get that extra stretch in. You're really going to feel it also in your forearms. It's really nice, especially if you like carry like heavy things, or like do a lot of deadlifts and a lot of heavy lifting. Stretching, like you gotta have that wrist flexibility. It's really good. And you kind of move in circles here just to kind of see where like you really feel the stretch. And if you find that spot, kind of keep it for a second. Yeah. Then slowly release, and then we're gonna switch to the other hand. And same thing, just kind of move around in a circle. Kind of see where you really feel the stretch. I had an injury on this wrist in this January, and so it still feel kind of tight, but like definitely like stretching it and kind of trying to keep that mobility in there definitely helped with recovery. Stretching, it's not sexy, it's kind of boring, it's kind of slow, but it's definitely really essential. It's really good for you, especially as we get older. Alright, and slowly release. And then what we're going to do is just kind of put both wrists down on the ground. And then you're going to try to keep them on the ground and moving back away from them. Keep your arms straight. Yeah, it's going to hurt so good, but yeah. Keep them for as long as you can. And then slowly release. Alright. And then next you're going to get all fours back straight. And then we're going to take one hand and we're going to go through the body and try to go kind of as far away. Pull your hand as far away from your body as you can. And then with this other hand you kind of twist, push away from the ground. Keeping your back straight. I'm gonna feel a really nice stretch in the back. Might also feel a crack or two in the spine. Come back. And then same thing, switch sides. Push it away and pull it. come back. And we're gonna do a child's pose. So basically, hands out in front of you, legs slightly out and wide. And then you're just gonna, oh man, I'm sorry, too close, so you kind of spread out. And yeah, just go down to the ground, keeping your back straight, arms straight. I'm gonna move forward so I can have a better stretch. So go forward. That's really good for the shoulders and upper back. And also a little bit for the leg run area, like for the hips and hip flexors. And then we come back up. And now we're gonna do some moving to the legs. So you plank, and then downward dog, start with that. And kind of walk your feet, paddle, you know, give a stretch in your calves. Kind of like to move around just to kind of stretch different areas and see if where it feels good. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to bring one leg next to the outside of your arms. Keeping it back straight. Same thing, kind of move around that circle. So instead of a static stretching, it's kind of dynamic. Keep it moving, see where it really feels good. And then we're going to take your inside, so you take your left arm. I'm going to twist up. And kind of lower your hips as you twist. Or lower your back leg, opening up your hips. Feel the stretch. I'm going to come back down, and I'm going to switch arms. Don't forget to breathe. Work on your breathing. It's really important. I'm going to come back. I feel like especially, oh man, I'm sweating. Too much pre-workout. Trying to burn as much fat as I can, so sometimes I take a little too much stuff and then I'm sweating like crazy. And then I get some sweat in my eyes. And then same thing, so you have to take, so switch hands. So if your right leg, you gotta take the right arm and then we're gonna bring it up. And same thing, drop the back knee, feel a stretch in the hips. I'm gonna drop the arm, then I'm gonna lift the left arm. Again, remember to breathe. Focus on your breathing. It helps a lot, especially in one of the more harder positions. You kind of focus on the breathing and it takes away your mind off the pain of the stretch. All right, and I'm gonna step back. Again, do another quick little downward dog. And I'm going to go into upward dog. It's a nice little stretch. I'm going to come back to push up. And then we're going to do a pigeon pose. So you're going to take your leg, you're going to bring it through, twist, and then bring it down. Bring the back leg down. And you can either stay here And then try to keep your kind of hips leveled, like on the one plane. And same thing, you can kind of either move around, you know, feel like if you're kind of twisting towards your knee or towards the leg that's down, you get a better stretch. And then same thing, you can also take it to your knee, elbows for even better stretch. I'm trying to be more flexible than working on trying to do a splits, and it's slowly, I'm about 80% there, but man, it's tough. But I definitely feel like by stretching my hips more and my legs and my lower body, I feel like it definitely helps me with major lifts. Right, downward dog, and then switch. And then of course you notice your one side of your body is naturally going to be more flexible and mine is tighter. For me it's my left side. I don't know why, I always try to keep everything balanced, but sometimes I guess it just happens. And then let's take it down. Oh yeah. Oh man, this one hurts so good. It's definitely a workout. Gets the body going. Especially I like to do a little bit of cardio before I start doing stretching and yoga. Kind of get the body moving, get the blood flowing, get it nice and loosened up. That one makes getting to stretches and stretching a bit easier. And I'm gonna step it, walk the feet, walk in place. Try to get as low as you can back straight. And then we're gonna do, so you're gonna take your leg, say your right leg, you're gonna bring it up in the air, and then you're gonna twist to one side, twist to the left, and then you can do this, rotate, and bring your arm up and up over, and then back down. And that's a really good stretch. And same thing, left leg in the air, over. Really feeling your side. And then bring it down. And my arm up and over. Also really good oblique exercise. And down. Oh man. Crazy. And then so we're gonna kind of go back on the knees. And so this one we're gonna do I think it's called a half camel pose. I'm not sure, but anyway, so basically you're gonna try to put your hands on your ankles and bring your body up. And if that's too tough, you can also do just one side at a time. Oh yeah. Try to move your body back, touch the ground. It's a really good stretch for the quads. Go wide. Move your knees apart. Try to go as low as you can. I'm actually kind of impressed with myself that I'm able to do this. I tried to do this before and I wasn't able to go down as low. I guess stretching really does kind of help improve. Alright, then come back. Oh man. And since we're here doing quad stretches, so we're going to take, bring your one of the legs up, other leg down, and so you're going to move forward, kind of do a lunge, like stretch, and what you're going to do is you're going to pick your back leg with your arm, and you're going to try to kind of bring it towards the body as you're moving forward, leaning forward, and that's going to be a really good quad stretch. And then yes, I'm like breathing. And it's also weird, like closing your eyes and just like trying to think about something else also kind of helps with the pain, the stretching, or more like discomfort rather than pain. And I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to grab the leg with the other arm, and I'm going to kind of twist, looking up. Right down, and switch. So same thing, moving forward, leaning forward, get that nice stretch. And then grab the other side. I'm going to grab the other leg and bring it towards your body as you're moving, leaning forward. So you want to always keep your back straight. Bring it down, switch arms. Stretch and look up. Oh, yeah. Bring it back down. Oh man. And it's hard work. Alright. And what we're gonna do, so basically we're gonna do a squat, it's a deep squat stretch. So you're gonna, legs gonna spread out. And you're just gonna try to basically sit down, go as low as you can. Try to keep your back straight, or as straight as possible. And then kind of bring your arms together. Just gonna also help us push on your knees to kind of get that extra little stretch. And then if you're feeling flexible and adventurous, you can also kind of move your feet away from each other. So slowly kind of spreading them apart. And the same thing, you can move back and forth, kind of make it dynamic stretching. Now I can also add a twist. Alright. And I'm gonna straighten the legs. Go out as far as you can. And the same thing, move kind of back and forth. And the further you go back, the more of a stretch you feel. I feel like the better of a stretch it is. And the same thing, move your legs back and forth, straighten and bend them. Gonna make it more of a dynamic stretch. We're gonna cross our arms to our elbows and just kind of let it hang. And I'm gonna try to stretch to one side, grab the leg and kind of pull a little bit, and then to the other. And same thing, you can kind of either go back and forth or just hold on one side on the switch. Trying to bring it up, straighten yourself up. Oh man, really feeling my hip flexors. Then we're going to interlace our hands behind our back. I'm going to get the shoulder stretch going. I'm going to lean forward. Try to bring your arms up. Oh man. And come forward. Back on all fours. I'm just going to sway your hips side to side and kind of stretch it out. And then we're going to do that cat-cow pose. So you're going to round your back and then arch your back and then look up as high as you can and then back down. Alright, nice. Now we move this back. And so I'm going to sit down on the mat. And then you're going to have one leg straight, other cross over the other. And then basically going to kind of hug your knee and try to bring it in towards your body while keeping your back straight and lean forward a little bit. And this one, like, really feel it in my glutes. And then basically we're gonna do the twist. Switch. And twist. And again, if one side feels tighter, you can spend more time on that side. Alright, I'll bring it out to the front, and then we're going to do just the good old hips ground stretch. So you're going to grab your legs and try to bring your knees as far down as you can, back straight. You can also move forward a little bit or lean forward. And the same thing, I kind of like to rock back and forth and then to a little twist side to side just to get that extra stretch. And then we're going to kind of do similar to the previous stretch, but instead of keeping your legs straight, you're going to bend one leg and then go to the other over. And then try to keep both of your butt cheeks on the ground. Because with mine, because my hips are so tight, you can see it's kind of, one side is lifting up. So you kind of lean a little forward into it. And then we're going to twist again. Yeah. And I really feel this one in the hip flexors. Feels like a really good stretch, especially the more you push the opposite knee down in the hips. And then slowly gonna switch sides. Same thing, knee bend, one over the other. And I'm gonna try to bring it down. Oh man. And then I'm gonna try to kind of press on the opposite knee a little bit. And then twist. Yeah. So tight. Alright, and then last one we're going to do is a back bend, and this one's also really good for stretching out your arms, forearms, and also has work on the flexibility for the shoulders, especially if you're trying to do a front squat. That's what we're going to do. Lay down, and if your shoulders and wrists and arms are pretty tight, first you can kind of get into position, put them out in front of you, and then you can kind of scoot your body forward and to where your pretty much your arms are touching your shoulders, or your shoulders touching the arms. Trying to keep the back flat, and you can also kind of try to move your elbows away from your body, and you're gonna really feel a nice stretch. Alright, get into the back bend, bring it in, bring your legs in, brace your arms with the weight out, and come up. back down. Stretch the shoulders. Alright, slowly let them slide out and release. Okay. Really feeling my wrists. A really good stretch. And since we're down here, I might as well do a little more stretching. So do the stretch the glute. And feel some cracking. Stretch those glutes. And then do a nice quick little thing with this pigeon. So yeah, I'm actually gonna put your foot over the other leg, arms through the foot, cross by the knee, and just pull your leg towards your body. Switch, grab the knee and pull. And that's it for today. Namaste and stay healthy. Till next time.